Hey guys, Buffing Game Bat today, bringing a video for Battlefield 2042, and today EA, DICE, and Battlefield on the Twitter and some of the developers released the remaining videos for the 4 remaining specialists that we know about besides Irish Graves. So we got that preview gameplay footage of these specialists. We have Webster McKay, Maria Falk, Boris, as well as Casper. So we're going to go through each of these, kind of break this down a little bit, and just jump through what we're seeing here in the gameplay. So first off, we'll jump in and we see Webster McKay's video here. So as we kick off, we're going to get the same pattern we've seen with the rest of these. We're going to get the intro to the specialists themselves. So Webster McKay from Canada, his class is Assault, he has Grapple Hook, and he has a Nimble trait. So we see him with the LWRC SMG-45 and then taking advantage of that Grapple Hook, as well as then we see a takedown effect. Similar to Warzone Apex, it's going to be in third person, and then we see him use the zip line there as well. So the same weapon we're seeing throughout this trailer for this particular operator, we see that LWRC SMG-45, basically the US replacement for the UMP-45. I'm not sure what it's called in-game, but again, you can see the gameplay itself looks really great. The HUD looks awesome. Nothing appears to have changed very much from the Irish gameplay that we saw. The specialist takedown looks, again, like I said, the same thing from Warzone. We see that LWRC SMG-45 with what looks like the Vortex optic there and a foregrip. It looks really nice. And again, the grapple hook doesn't look like it's anything overpowered or crazy. And the zip lines look pretty straightforward as well. Nothing out of the realm. A lot of hardline callbacks there also. But the gameplay looks really good. You see his secondary with a Magnum with a scope, as well as it looks like he has ammo. So moving on to Maria Falk. So they did make some adjustments here from balance changes from the closed alpha. So she's from Germany, support class. She has the healing pistol here, which you'll see she's running the MCX SPEAR with what looks like a Vortex optic. And then we see that syringe pistol in play, as well as the revive going on here. So the changes they made with the syringe pistol is you can no longer revive people, you can only heal people with it in yourself. So you can only heal, not revive. In the alpha, you could revive, which was a little bit overpowered, so they changed that. So again, we see the MCX SPEAR with the Vortex and a vertical foregrip. We see the syringe pistol in action. And then we see the AK-24 or the AK-12, and then we see the revive animation using the paddles that we're all familiar with. And we see a little bit of the AK-24 in action here also. Again, the HUD looks really straightforward. The kill feed looks the same as, like I said, for the Irish gameplay, which is typically, it looks like it's over to the right-hand side, which I'm completely fine with. I'd rather it not be in the middle of the screen taking up real estate there on the HUD. So moving on to Boris, he's our Russian operator. Class engineer, especially is a sentry gun, and his trait is a sentry operator, which we're going to see the sentry gun here, that 50 caliber sentry gun. We do see what looks like a new weapon, the V-Car. I'm not sure what weapon that one actually is. It's hard to tell from the thumbnail. It looks like it's a single fire type weapon. We also see the LWRC SMG-45 again, the same one we saw with Webster McKay there as well. But really cool looking operator. Love the Russian operators. You see, again, this weapon looks like it's single fire, the V-Car. I'm not sure if what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have to look back at that. The pistol looks like a standard Glock. Nothing too crazy there. The tank gameplay, also you see a little bit of a tank roll by, but the map you can see here looks to be really nice. Close quarters combat as well. And then we see some storms going on in the background. And again, really good HUD elements for your squad baits there. Easily identifiable also, which is good to see. Moving on to our fourth and finalist, and technically our fifth specialist, being Casper. So this is our ghillie suit sniper operator. So he has this Sentry drone there that you can, or the UAV that you can go ahead and portably deploy. And then we see the sniper rifle in action. We just see some good, I believe this is orbital map. We see some good gameplay there of the weather kind of going into the hurricanes running in, and you see some rain. So the dynamic weather elements. He's from South Africa, and his trait is the movement sensor also. So typical sniper type archetype here from the Battlefield series. Reminds me a lot of the Battlefield Bad Company 2 type sniper class, basically having the same type of gadgets as well. But again, we see orbital there in action. We see a little bit of a shot of the Daniel Defense M4V7 with the Hunter. So DD M4V7 Hunter, which basically looks like it should have the 6.5 Creedmoor or some sort of heavier ammo conversion there to fire it as a DMR, designated marksman rifle. So we saw that there. Should be a couple different conversions there for that. But all in all, that's what we got today for gameplay, and it says more to come here as we roll into September. We're obviously going to be getting the open beta here coming up. It is rumored now for September 22nd, although rumors were heavily floated around that it was supposed to be this weekend, which turned out to be incorrect. September 22nd, it seems to be what they're targeting now from what the leaks are saying. However, we haven't heard anything official from DICE or EA quite yet. But to be honest, it seems like they're making a lot of balancing changes in the beta build from the alpha test. And obviously the alpha test was a very old build of the game. Mainly it was a technical test, right? It wasn't a gameplay test. So I think a lot of people need to keep that in mind. I hear a lot of chatter about how the gameplay was really bad, but it's an older build, and the focus of that closed alpha was specifically server stress and technical tests per system. So the focus was not heavily on the gameplay, although they were obviously taking that feedback. And one of our DICE developers tweeted today about that syringe change that they made to Maria Folk, so she can no longer revive people at a distance with that, because it was a little bit overpowered, which makes perfect sense. Typically in the past, you've had to get up right next to your teammate and use the paddles, so it's good to see that thing returning, that element returning as well. We do see some information with Casper. It looks like you can do an EMP blast with his drone, so some cool things there that we should be seeing for gameplay elements. Let me know down below what you guys think of this. What do you think of the specialist? We're seeing a little bit more of the specialist now, and to be honest, they're not really that far removed from what we know and love from the past. It's really just more identifiable type operators or specialists that are basically filling the same role. So it just allows them to kind of have backstories with some of the characters. And it seems like I hear a lot of people saying they just want to have the ability to be that generic soldier, which I can guarantee you they're going to have the skins so you can look like that as well. So that's something I wouldn't really worry too heavily about. But the gameplay looks awesome. I'm really excited to get my hands on the beta. And again, I could go without the beta, to be honest, at this point. I'd rather they just perfect this game and get it ready for launch and present the product they really want to present, so we can have a good time with this. This Battlefield game is something I've been looking forward to forever. But let me know down below what you guys think. What do you think of the gameplay? What did you like, dislike? Let me know down below. Till next time, Buffering Gaming, out.